Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and I recently did a YouTube video short about the Gomexus power handle for bait casters. It's one that's just recently come out, and it's a product that I like, and my friends over at Gomexus, well, they sent me one, and they asked me if I wouldn't mind showing how to install it, so we're going to do that. And I chose the power handle for the Ambassador 5600. Now notice that there's an awful lot of handles available in different sizes. Many of you know that as you try to put one handle on another and find out that it doesn't fit. So this handle comes in a variety of lengths. It comes for everything from a 75mm length up to a 105mm length. And this is the 105mm length point to point. That's going to be longer than the original. So if you wanted to match the original, it's probably at 95 or 90. The way to do that is to get a digital caliper, measure point to point, and that will tell you if you want to match the exact size and just going for the bigger knob, or if you want to get the extension to make it a little bit more powerful. And well, you need to know the size of the handle. And if you're doing an internet search, if you put your model in with the power handle and the word Gomexus, you'll find the one that's suitable for you. Again, I chose the 5600. This is actually an interesting reel. This is a 5600 anti-backlash reel, and but it is nonetheless the Ambassador. Well, why do you want to change your handle to begin with? A lot of folks are starting to go to deep water fishing with the bait casters, either the round ones or the low profile ones, and a lot of manufacturers are starting to build saltwater specific bait casting reels, and a lot of them are low profile. So think Dio Alexa, or think the Shimano Tranx, or the Penn recently introduced the Penn Squall low profile, and all of those are able to do the saltwater fishing now because of braid line and the higher capacities that you can store on a reel as a result of that. Well, the drawback to a lot of these using the low profiles and the round bait caster reels in deep water is that these handles start to fatigue the hand over time. First of all, a lot of these, like this little button for the Ambassador, you're gripping it with fingers, not with fists, and well, it tends to just kind of wear you out as you're dragging in a lot of that line. Well, Gomexus came up with the solution. They took their handle, and their handle is well engineered. It's a mixture of carbon fiber and metal, and well, they're known for their quality of their replacement knobs. Many of us have taken the old knobs off of handles and drilled out and put the Gomexus on, but just notice how that handle will spin. And I can probably complete the video in 4 or 5 minutes. It'll still be spinning. It's that kind of a quality and that well engineered. As I mentioned, I'm a fan of Gomexus. Well, they sent me one for the Ambassador 5600, so let's show you how to do that. And we're going to start by taking off this support structure here for the cap. As we do that, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe to my channel, please use the notification button to let you know when I'm posting new videos. This one happens to be a product review and a how to install video. We do those, but a lot of the ones that I do are either about the history of the reels, or how to repair a reel, or how to service it and keep it running for a long time. And well, if you like that kind of stuff, then subscribing to my channel is a great way to keep you informed as to which ones I'm posting, and you can make a decision as to whether that's one of the ones you like or not. When you remove that tie-down clip, you're going to expose the nut cap. The nut cap is a 10mm cap, and it comes off in a counterclockwise manner, just like that. Well, before you can get that handle off, there's one more thing. There's an E-clip here. And I just had a question the other day come in from one of our viewers that said, when I took this clip off, it went flying under the table, and I can't find it, and I just installed the cap nut over it without the clip. What's the purpose of that clip? Well, that clip holds the gear sleeve onto the post that's on the bridge, and without that clip, your whole assembly here, this whole clip, can move in and out. You can see a little bit of movement here, but you can imagine what the movement is like without that clip. So it's important that you put that clip back on. Well, to remove the clip, I use a small micro screwdriver, and I insert it in the back end and just kind of pry it out. Now, one of the things I do is I back that clip off with my finger here, because I don't want to do what that fella just did and lose the clip. So you can kind of see what happens if you back it off with your finger. It'll be there. And then I'm going to put that into a parts tray, but that's the clip we're referring to. It's called an E-clip. Once that's in, you can remove your handle. And underneath that, if you want to do some cleaning before you do it or that, there's a little tension clip here, a little washer. And you can go under there and you can take a paper towel or a cotton swab or something, just clean it up and such. Well, this is a good opportunity to show you what happens when you don't have that clip. Notice how that post moves in and out. And what will happen there is on the back end of this gear sleeve, you have the click ratchet that's going to trip your free spool release. Well, if it comes all the way out like that, you may disengage and not get the free spool to kick back. So it's important that you put that clip back on. Well, as I noted, there are various sizes of the handle. It's all about the handle hole. And one of the things you can do if you don't know or you can't find it in the internet search, get a caliper. This is a digital caliper. Set it to millimeters, because that's what the back end of this is. And then go ahead and measure the shoulder width. In this case, you can see this measures, maybe you can't see, but it says 7.37. 75 is close enough. It should fit right over this thing and be an easy install. Let's show you how to install that. Before you take the handle and put that on, go ahead and put that tension spring back on. And then this should fit nice and snug now. It certainly does. Look at that. It's a beautiful fit to it. And before you go put the nut cap back on, go get that E-clip again. What you want to do is you want to start this clip with one of the tag ends on each side of that slot, and then just push in from the middle. And usually you can do that by finger strength, and there we go, we just did it by finger strength there. When that's on, take the time to start this cap and do as much of this cap as you can manually. That way you don't risk cross stripping the threads on this. When you get down to the point where you can't turn it with your hand anymore, take a turn or two with the wrench. You do not need to over tighten this. Well, now this is the test of engineering, right? Does the tie down cap match up to the screw hole? And that's another reason why you want to find the model specific for this this particular purpose. And let's go ahead and put this cap on and see if we've got that. And we do. I would expect nothing less. Then just align the hole so that the hole is there so you can put the screw in. And go get your tie down screw. And then we'll give it a test. We'll see what difference it makes and why these power handles are very popular and gaining popularity, as I mentioned, in the saltwater environment. Just complete the tightening of it now, once you got it started. And that's your assembly. So what did we do? We took the old handle off by removing this tie down bar. Then we took the cap off. Then there was the E-clip underneath that. Then we removed the old handle. And you can see the difference in the sizing of the handles. You got the counterbalance is out further and the handle is extended further. That's going to give it your power. And then we just reversed the process once we knew we had the correct handle. Well, again, I am so impressed by the quality of this piece, as well as the mechanics behind it and the engineering that accommodates that. Well, what's the difference then? Well, now as you're going to crank, you have a lot more leverage, and you can power handle it. If you're fighting a big fish in the salt water, you can power handle it by gripping it with your fist, or just lightly troll it with your fingers, whatever works for you. And in the end, it's going to save fatigue on your hands, and it's going to make the fight all that much more enjoyable. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, it's the Gomexus power handle. It's designed for various types of bait fishing reels. This one happens to be the Ambassador 5600, but you can use it on, you can get the versions of it for the other Ambassadors, as well as for the low profile saltwater reels like the Squall, the Tranks, Alexa, and so on. So this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Hope you've enjoyed that. Everybody have a great day.